Hi.
Hi,
How did you end up doing Imagineering?
I ended up doing Imagineering because a lot of things in life happen through experience. Even with my current job, I do a lot with experience. Candidate experience, employee experience. A lot of about this current world is set on experience. And I want to professionalize my views on this experience-based world.
What were your first thoughts about Imagineering?
Well, to be honest, my first thoughts about Imagineering happened over 10 years ago when I had the class of Imagineering during my hotel and event management studies. I liked the way we designed experiences in that course, but it didn't really translate that well outside of events and hotel management. So this is why I chose to professionalize my ways during this master.
What do you think Imagineering can bring to this world?
I think Imagineering can bring a lot to this world. Tapping into creativity, making use of the hive mind, the mind of the many instead of the mind of the few. I really think Imagineering can bring us new challenges, but make us look at certain things in a different way as well. Take system thinking for example, seeing everything as connected, as certain nodes you can influence, but the ripple effect that it entails. I think Imagineering does that quite well, and it introduces you to this system thinking in a playful way. That's what I like about Imagineering so far.
How do you think Imagineering should go about doing this?
I think for Imagineering to make this happen, introduce more people to this sense of creativity, is get the word out there. Have more people working with or around Imagineering, introducing it to not only big corporations but also small companies, individuals, getting the word out there, making people aware of what we believe in and what we do as Imagineers.
What are the biggest challenges that Imagineering will face?
I think one of the biggest challenges Imagineering will face is that of being taken seriously. Because, of course, the word has imagination in it and it's focused on creativity. So, how can such a playful and creative topic make a change in such a serious world? I think that's one of the biggest challenges Imagineering will face.
What changes are needed to make the best use of Imagineering?
What changes does it take for Imagineering to reach its peak? Well, that's actually quite a good question. I think it provides a shift from the classical mechanical thinking, if this, then that, to a more system based thinking, more human centered way of thinking. So that's one of the things that needs to be translated, transformed, something that needs to change.
In what way can organizations benefit from Imagineering?
I think the best way for organization to benefit from Imagineering relates to the VUCA world we live in. The volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. I think corporations need to speed up, but also don't fear to fail. Because when you stop fearing to fail, you actually get to the best ideas and start trying to succeed and actually come way farther than you've ever thought possible. Letting go of the fear for failure and setting yourself up for success, that's something Imagineering can help with.
Are you saying that organizations do everything wrong?
No, I'm not saying organizations do everything wrong. I just say that if they want to prepare for the future that's coming in this VUCA world, they need to change some of their habit. Because some of them have been here for decades. But if they want to be here for decades to come, something needs to change. Hyperconnectivity is taking over the world, and what are you doing to adapt? That's one of the bigger questions for the organization to ask themselves.
What do you recommend organizations do from now on?
What do I think organizations should do from now on? Is think about the consequences of every decision they make, not just for their company, but for the entire ecosystem they're working in. Thinking about nature, but also employees, other kinds of stakeholders like clients, maybe. Everything should be considered while making a certain decision. And if you take the right decisions, right things will come on your path as well.
Is Imagineering just for organizations?
I don't think Imagineering is just for organizations or big corporations. I think everyone can take away some of the learnings, like what is my influence on the system around me? What kind of ripples can I create by doing something good, doing something creative, doing something different? Where's your strength? Are you setting yourself up for success, or are you afraid to fail? It's definitely something to take away as an individual as well, not just as a corporation.
What if people would like to know more about this?
People want to know more about this. I've got some videos up on my channel already. One about VUCA and the other one about appreciative inquiry. Very interesting topics relating to Imagineering. Looking things from a appreciative side and walking through the 4D cycle with a software development team. You could definitely check those out.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on all the regular social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. So please stay tuned for another episode. And I hope you learned something today. If you got any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and I'll see you soon. What do I do?